You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by the Sioux Falls Job Fair. It's coming up on the 29th. It is free admission for job seekers, and if you'd like to get a table there, it is super affordable for your business. Reach out to us at SiouxFallsJobFair.com. Dan, how you doing, man?
Holy cow, I can't get warm. Anybody else?
It is kind of chilly.
Anybody else?
I got plans to get warm, but we'll do that later.
Let's see where we had it. It's the 4th already. How's the new year going for you guys? Okay.
Very well.
It's the best 2022 I've ever had.
Just trudging along, 2022.
Isn't it weird to say?
It's, yeah.
I've already written it down wrong a couple of times.
A lot of twos.
It's a lot of twos.
Oh, my goodness.
So think about next month. We're going to have a month it'll be a 2, and then there's a bunch of 20s. And
oh, yeah, February 22nd.
02222022.
Well, somehow we'll struggle through.
We will.
Somehow. Matt Frewer is 63 today. Yeah, I see a furrow in your brow there. You know who I'm talking about.
The name, I'm trying to think of who this is because I think I know this.
It was some pretty edgy stuff. He was Max Headroom.
Yes, that's exactly who he was.
Which was total weirdness.
Yeah.
Back in the day, which most historians think was a Wednesday. Sorrel Book was born this day. Most famous as Boss Hogg, Dukes of Hazzard.
I loved that show.
Top Cadillac and his little white suits.
Yeah.
They put a little belly on him. He wasn't really as chubby as they made him in the TV show.
That's interesting.
Only you would know that. Did you see that in the documentary?
I asked Bo Duke about it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. I've hung out with
Schneider, we're tight, man.
I hung out with Daisy Duke.
Nice.
One summer. Well, not the whole summer, but it was more like 20 minutes.
Were you both wearing Daisy Dukes?
I was. And I looked good.
I'll bet you did.
You know him, you love him. Made his kids in the hall and then news radio. Dave Foley.
I love him.
Love him too.
I do love him. He's
what
awesome.
a great day for birthdays.
Yeah.
It really is.
I should have been born today. This is a good day to be born.
Knocked it out of the park. It was 1863. This was a game changer. Roller skates are patented by James Plimpton in New York.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like those.
1863.
So in the middle of the Civil War, somebody decided, what we need right now?
Well, not everybody was caught up in the war thing. People were doing stuff, right?
This guy was out roller skating.
People were still doing stuff. Hey, strapped 4 wheels on a limb off a tree or something, strapped him to his feet, and away we went.
Huh.
1984, Night Court, starring Harry Anderson and John
That was a
Larroquette.
great show.
Yeah.
And what young man back then didn't have a thing for Marky Post, right?
Yeah.
Premiered on NBC. That ran for 9 seasons.
It was a great show.
It really was kind of fun.
I wonder if that's in syndication somewhere, like on one of the...
I've never come across it.
I haven't either.
I wonder why that is.
And in 1961, this was huge. This made global news, and I mean around the world. It was crazy. 1961, this day. The longest labor strike on record ends as barbers' assistants in Denmark end their 33-year strike.
Barber's
3
assistant.
years?
Not barbers,
Barber's assistants.
They'd had enough, man. They'd had it up
to here.
That reminds me of an episode of Seinfeld when you found out Kramer was on strike.
Oh,
yeah, it happens. Yeah, the barbers' assistants in Denmark.
I wonder what their beef was.
Boy, you know what? Hard to say. I can probably go to a library and research this.
Or use the internet.
33 years.
Yeah, 33-year strike.
Where every barber in Denmark for 33 years is going, I could use a little help. This hair ain't going to sweep itself up.
Can somebody hand me a towel? What do I look like, a scab?
Oh, gosh.
No, I will not.
Well, so that's like true. I'm not making any of that up. That truly happened. So I know, we all know, and we just get this done.
Gonna do it. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by the Sioux Falls Job Fair. You might have heard of it before. We've talked about it here a few times. All the details at SiouxFallsJobFair.com.
Aloha! Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? GMDVacations.com is a family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Kauai, Hawaii. Your family will absolutely love the area, and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can have your own area at a vacation rental from GMDVacations.com? Visit Hawaii with us and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. On Facebook and Instagram, online at gmdvacations.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. We're going to brighten your day right now with some positive news. We've got the Snow Jam Comedy Festival coming up in a few weeks, and we've got one of the comedians who will be joining us for the event, Reva Riley. Reva, how are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Thanks so much for having me.
Now, where are you from, Reva?
I'm originally from the Chicago area, but I'm now based in Maryland.
All right. So now, does it get cold? It get cold in Chicago? Is it get kind of cold in Maryland as well, or not quite?
Not quite as bad. Yeah, I feel like after a Chicago winter, I'm pretty well prepared for Maryland.
Nice. And we're excited to have you come join us here at the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. Have you done this festival, or do you do festivals quite often?
It's actually my first time doing this festival. Actually, my first time visiting South Dakota. So
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, we're excited to have you come to Sioux Falls. How long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
Well, I started doing stand-up comedy for like in a more practiced way, I think in September of 2019. And before that, for fun, I did science comedy.
Oh.
So I'm a fish biologist, and I got started doing science comedy with some other comedians when I was in grad school.
So what is science comedy?
It's kind of like normal comedy with a lower bar. No, but it was really good fun. So it's basically science comedy is kind of like an outreach event. So we would do sets about our research or just the sort of like funny hijinks that you get into being a scientist.
Nice.
So it was actually really, really good fun. I had a great time doing it.
Well, now I got to look up science comedy. I think that sounds interesting.
You can laugh and learn.
Who is the most popular, like the most famous science comedy comedian out there? Is there somebody that made it big in science comedy?
You know, I'm not sure someone has made it big in the way that we mean for stand-up comedians. I actually started doing that in England. That's where I did my grad school.
Oh, wow.
And there was a few folks there that really had like built these, quite big science comedy like events. So I did a few of them in London that were, really, one was in like this ancient courtroom. Definitely felt like it was haunted.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was really good fun. So yeah, there's actually like a pretty vibrant science comedy scene over in London, and I'm sure here as well. Just still getting to know it.
Well, that is really, really cool. Well, we're excited to have you in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And you said you've never been to South Dakota before. Have you been in the Midwest other than, like you said, from Chicago? Have you been out in these parts at all?
Yeah, so I grew up in the Chicago area, and we'd spend the summers going, we visit lakes in like Michigan and Wisconsin and Indiana. And I also ended up visiting Iowa a few times, so we kind of got a few relatives scattered around. But actually kind of in that area of the Midwest, like real intense corn growing regions, I should say. I actually spent quite a lot of time, especially growing up.
Well, we are excited to have you here in a few weeks. Thank you for taking some time to chat with us, and thank you for being a part of the Snow Jam Comedy Festival.
Oh, well, thanks so much for talking to me. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time.
If people would like to find you online and see your comedy, is there a place they can go? Do you have like a website, or do you do social media?
Yes, I do social media. So I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Reva J. Riley. And I have a YouTube channel as well. And
Reva, R-I-V-A, and then Riley, R-I-L-E-Y.
That's exactly right, yeah.
Very good. Reva, thanks for your time.
Thanks so much for having me. It's good to talk to you.
Absolutely. Again, Reva is one of the many comedians who are going to be in Sioux Falls for the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. They'll be here before you know it. It's coming up January 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So if you don't have tickets yet, you can get the ticket information, all the details at snowjamcomedyfest.com.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. This is a great quote from Wayne Gretzky and from Michael Scott. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and it's free. Take a shot. We may be able to save you money each and every month. We'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting.
It It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Tuesday?
You know, I tripped across a Facebook post about a week or so ago, and I looked at it and I went, that looks made up to me. So being an award-winning news journalist.
Yes, I see the award right here.
I did a little research, and it has to do with the IRS. You know, tax time's coming.
Yeah.
January, New Year, you got to put your stuff together. And this is actually on the IRS website. Requirements can be found for this at irs.gov, amid other missives to report income earned from jobs, about taxable alimony payments, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, there's a couple little entries here that you need to be aware of. For instance, and this is a direct quote from the website, if you steal property, you must report its fair market value in your income in the year you steal it, unless you return it to its rightful owner in the same year.
Isn't that crazy?
It's an actual provision for stolen goods. Now, hey, drug dealers, listen up. If you happen to be a drug dealer, the IRS publication says, jot your earnings on line 8Z, Schedule 1 of your 1040 form, or on Schedule C if that's all of your self-employment activity. So you have to pay attention to details. I'm not making this up.
I know.
Because I thought it was made up until I actually looked into it and went, this is real? Who's doing this? There's been some great comments on... Oh, by the way, don't forget to include reports on any bribes or kickbacks you took over the course of the past year in doing business. Kickbacks also go on Schedule 1 or Schedule C, depending. While the IRS says bribes, it would be nice if you simply included those in your overall income.
Okay.
Well, they want to make sure everything's covered here.
This is like legit.
Well, they want their piece of literally everything.
I guess so. So a couple of people chimed in on the Facebook post that I saw. One guy goes, okay, so say I steal a bunch of TVs from Walmart, but then some guy steals them from me. Can I write that off as a loss?
Yeah, probably. I'm assuming so. You deduct that.
And so you broke even there.
And also, so once report the stolen stuff, you legally get to keep it, right?
That's, I paid taxes on it, so...
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah.
How is this even a thing? Well,
somehow.
It's your tax dollars at work. So.
I thought maybe it was a trap on getting people to, turn that stuff in,
Well, who would?
I don't know.
If I'm sitting here with a
honest
meth
crook.
lab in a camper in my garage, let's see, I made this much off the meth. I need to report that. I'm going to get, but then who knows? Maybe somebody, I don't know.
Their dealer I need to get some paperwork for you for the IRS.
Wow.
It's an expense,
That is just crazy, but yeah,
to keep this drug dealing business above board.
It's all there, so pretty crazy.
Well, Dan, thank you for that.
Yeah, it's the least I could do, John.
It's some fun stuff. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by the Sioux Falls Job Fair. You can join us for free as a job seeker, or if you want to find people to come work for you, it's very, very affordable. All the details at SiouxFallsJobFair.com.
In the U.S., there are 5 credit cards for every man, woman, and child. That's a lot of credit cards. And sadly, many of those are not great cards. At BetterCreditCards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer points and perks. Other cards designed to help you build your credit. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Marketbeat Minute for Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. Equities wobble on the first day of trading of 2022, but managed to hold near the closing highs of 2021. Whatever the reason, it looks like January effect is in effect this year and will push stocks higher in the first month of the year. The question, however, is what comes next. If the market closes higher in January, is it likely to close higher for the year? But that doesn't mean it goes straight up. With the new COVID variant on the rise, otherwise inflation running unchecked and the global data supply chain still in trouble, there is a real chance for a major stock market correction in the first half of the year. This week, traders will be focused on the monthly NFP report. The consensus is for job gains in the range of 400,000, with a downtick in unemployment and acceleration of wage gains. Regardless of the numbers, the data shows employment conditions are tight and nearing full employment, if not already there. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.